everyone. I'm Jim Hunter, and thanks so much for joining us today. And we come to you from Minneapolis with heavy hearts as we mourn the loss of our friend and colleague Mike Flanagan, who passed away last night. And the game of baseball must go on, but we do need time to reflect and think back of what Mike Flanagan meant to all the fans in Baltimore and certainly to the Oriole family. And Jim Palmer, of course, as a teammate and a friend, I know this has affected you very, very hard. And it's almost hard to comprehend the fact that Mike is no longer with us.
Well, I mean, you can't say it any better than that, Jim. We woke up this morning thinking it was a bad dream, and we know it's not. It's a time of reflection. Buck Showalter, the Orioles skipper, only knew Flanny for a short time, and he's devastated. And he said, boy, if there's just something I could have done, I think we all feel that. Richie Bancell's close friend, fishing partner. That's the bad news. We didn't, or we couldn't do anything. And the good news is we had him as a friend, and I had him. I was able to mentor him. We went through the good times and the growing pains and all that kind of stuff. And I think the tragedy of all this is that Flanny tried to do the right thing, and felt that he didn't. And
we're coming back to Minnesota as we move on. And when we get back, we'll hear the thoughts of Jeremy Guthrie, who wore Flanny's number 46. And back at Target Field in Minneapolis as the Orioles and Twins get set to play daytime baseball, the finale here, and mourning the loss of our friend and colleague Mike Flanagan. And Mike's family did release a statement, and it says, "We thank you for your support and kind words at this difficult time. Thank you for respecting our privacy as we grieve, and a private memorial will be held at a later date." And of the current Oriole players, no one closer to Mike Flanagan than Jeremy Guthrie, and we asked Jeremy his reflections on this tragic loss.
Him and Jim Duquette were the general managers here working together. They were the ones that gave me an opportunity, along with the scouts and the other people involved. But they were very instrumental in giving me an opportunity to be claimed off waivers and come over here and be given a chance to make a major league roster. And so, right away, I was grateful for that opportunity and that belief in me and my talents. And then, I show up that first day in spring training. I have a number 46 hanging in my locker. And I went up, I think it was 2 or 3 days, just hundreds of fans telling me how 46 was Mike Flanagan's number and he was their favorite Oriole and all that he did for the city and for the team. And so, I approached Mike later on. I said, Mike, I'm wearing your number. I just want to make sure that's all right with you just because of the legacy you've left behind. I said, I've had hundreds of fans tell me what you did and how you were one of their favorite players. And, I just wouldn't feel right unless asking you. And he said, of course. And so it was kind of a neat bond right from the beginning. And we carried that throughout. And, it's just a terrible, terrible loss for all of us, for me personally. And, I think it's going to hurt for a long time.
And pitchers are kind of unique anyway. We all know that. But because he was a pitcher, I think that probably helped you with that strong bond, didn't it?
Well, it did, because every time, I had ups and downs, he would always give me a nod, a smile, and, tell me to keep going. And I knew that he never once lost confidence in me, whatever role he was in, whether it was in the booth or in the front office. He always expressed that confidence. And, even up until the last couple of weeks, he'd look at me and say, you know what, you're fine, just keep going and keep working. And that meant a lot to me. And I think that means a lot to every player especially. And I think that's the kind of person he was, is encouraging, positive, and, he brought that smile to you when you needed it most.
And along those lines, I think he kind of showed how special we all feel to be Orioles.
I think so. I think, he was an Oriole through and through, and I don't think he ever forgot that. It showed in what he did and the way he stuck around here and just wanted to fill any role and be a part of this this tradition here. And so, we lost a brother, a father, a son, whoever you want to call it. We lost someone very important.
And every time you go to the mound now, there will be a memory, and I hope you will keep the number.
Well, it's I've had a lot of reaction, whether to keep it or give it up in his honor, and I would just do whatever would make him happy. I'm more than happy to continue wearing it, more than happy to to put it away if that was the best way to honor and respect him. And I think that's what each of us wants to do. And so I will just listen, and if there's a suggestion from the Orioles or whatever, take it. But for the meantime, I want to go out there and hopefully show even a portion of what he showed on the mound throughout his career, and how well he pitched, and the type of Bulldog he was on the mound.